This is LSAT PrepTest 68, Section 4, questions 6 through 10, the second logic game of the section. So let's take a look. What do we got? We have 5 witnesses, F, G, H, I, and J, scheduled to testify at a hearing that is to take place exactly 3 days in 1 week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so these 5 people are going into these 3 days. Okay, so immediately this is a grouping game. We're supposed to put them into their proper day. Okay. Each witness testifies on exactly 1 day of the hearing. The schedule must be one of the following conditions. Okay. So at least at this point, they haven't shown me that they care within a day what the order is. So until I see otherwise, I'm gonna treat this as if it's a simple grouping game. All right. So Franco does not testify on the same day that Garcia testified. So F implies no G. And again, G implies no F. If you wanted to sort of, make it a little more visual, it's just that this FG can never happen. Okay, Iturbe, I, testifies on Wednesday. Let's just slot that in right away. Exactly 2 witnesses testify on Tuesday. So, okay, we have 1 witness, we have 2 witnesses, and that's it. Right? Hong does not testify on Monday, and at least 1 witness testifies on Monday. Okay, so we have at least this one, and there's potential for others. Okay. But I mean, here's what we have. So the first thing first is I know that I is always going to be on Wednesday, so for all intents and purposes, I can just scratch him right out. Right? He just goes directly into my diagram. I don't have to worry about him anymore. So really, we only have to place 4 people into these 3 days. Right? And so whenever I am faced with something like this, the first thing that I wonder is, okay, 3 slots are already locked in. 4 slots, actually, already locked in. Right? The Monday, Tuesday, the 2 on Tuesday, and this 1 on Wednesday. Which means that where's this last slot go? This 5th person can either go on Monday or they can go on Wednesday, but that's it, right? So my options here are 1-2-2 or 2-2-1. And so it actually, at this point, becomes very easy to, split the game board in that manner. So let's actually, doing a poor job highlighting here. With the magic of computers, let's just move some things around. Put that there temporarily. Okay, move this back over. Okay, voila. Scenario 1, Scenario 2. Scenario 1 is that we have a 2nd slot here. Actually, I'll do it in the same way here. 1, 2, 2. Or we have 2, 2, 1. That's it. These are the only 2 ways that it could ever happen, right? Because the moment that you put 3 into any of these, you're going to be left with what? 1 and 1. And that just doesn't jive with the rest of our rules, right? Okay, so this is represented already. This not H in Monday stays where it is, which means that literally this is the one and only rule that we are concerned with right here. F and G just can't be together. So somehow, between F and G not being together and H not being in Monday, that's going to give us the answer to all of our questions. Okay. So there's nothing really that we can do here because these 2 rules, the only 2 rules we have left, don't really interact in any way, shape, or form. So we're just going to have to go straight to the questions. Okay, so I'm going to draw our little line here. And let's get straight to it. Okay, so number 6. Number 6 asks us, which of the following is an acceptable schedule of witnesses? So your typical acceptability question. Okay, so I've put these up. This is going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday according to the question, right? Okay, so this should be a pretty straight and easy elimination. So the first thing is we know that I is always going to be on Wednesday, which means answer choice A, answer choice B, and answer choice C are all straight out, easy and simple. Right. Of the remaining 2, H is not anywhere in day 1, but and then F and G aren't together. And so what is the issue, right? So we know that this is 2, 2, and 1, and this one is 2, 1, and 2. You see that? They're counting on you, not recognizing that this must be the case. So this is the last rule, the one that was represented here, is that there's 2 things in Tuesday. And so therefore answer choice D is the answer to this question. Pretty straightforward. Okay, let's go on to number 7, which is the following cannot be the schedule. Okay, so let's get this up on the screen. Okay, so let's take a look. Once again, this is one of those things that they don't give you new information, so you just got to roll with it. Okay, so they're asking what cannot be true. In other words, what must be false. Meaning that 4 of these guys are going to be possible, the 5th one is not. Okay. So is it possible that F is alone on a Monday? Okay, so that would be this scenario, right, where this, I guess I should X this out to indicate there's nothing more down here. where F is alone on a Monday. Okay, so if F is alone on Monday, that means F is here, which means that, what do we have left? We have G, H, and J left to place, right? We know that H isn't going to be in this first slot. That's this rule. We know that F and G are never going to be together since F is alone, so answer choice A could be possible, right? This doesn't break any rule that we have, so let's get rid of it. Answer choice B, F is together with I. Well, that would put F before I over here, or F with I over here, leaving the same 3 to, again, not break any of our rules, right? And for the record, there are only 2 rules that we're concerned with. This one, the no H in Monday, and this one, the F and G can't be together. So answer choice B is also possible. Answer choice C, G is with H on Tuesday. Okay, so G is with H on Tuesday, I is always going to be on Wednesday, which means that what are we left with? We're left with F to place, and we're left with J to place. J doesn't have any rules attached to it, and this is something that you should have noticed up front, right? So J can do whatever it wants. So all we need to do is keep F separate from G, because we've already satisfied that H is not going to be a Monday, right? The thing is that F and G, or G and H being together on Tuesday means that that is full, meaning that I don't care where I put F and I don't care where I put J, because either way we're not going to violate any of our rules. So answer choice C could be true, therefore is not correct. How about D? Now D gets a little more complicated. G is alone on Monday. H is one of 2 on Wednesday. So answer choice D looks like this. G is alone on Monday. H is one of 2 on Wednesday, means that H and I are over here, right? Which means that we've got to have 2 guys in on Tuesday. Those 2 have to be F, G, H, I, and they have to be F and J, right? Well, does this break any of our rules? H isn't on Monday, and F is not with G, so that also is fine, which leaves answer choice E. So answer choice E says J is on a Tuesday, and 2 are on Monday. Okay, so J is on Tuesday, 2 people on Monday, which means that there's 2 on Tuesday and 1 on Wednesday. This 1 on Wednesday is always going to be I. Okay, so what does that tell us? We simultaneously have the H can't be here, right? So we're going to put H there, because that's the only spot that's left for H. And then, here's the problem, right? Because F and G can't be together. And so answer choice E forces us to break a rule, therefore is incorrect, therefore must be false, and in this case is the correct answer for our question. Okay, number 8. If Jackson's scheduled to testify on Wednesday, which of the following must be true of the schedule? Okay, so now we're into the realm of hypotheticals, right? So they're telling us that Jackson has to testify on Wednesday. That means he's with I, which means they're in the 1-2-2 scenario. Which of the following must be true of the schedule? Well, what are our rules? We have that H can't be here on Monday. We know that F and G have to be split up, which means that this is going to be one of F or G. This is going to be the other F or G, which means H is going to be right here. And I know immediately, without even looking at the answer choices, that this is going to be what they're looking for, because they gave us this, and these 2 things have no certainty attached to them, right? And so, when you take a look at the answer choices, I'll write them out this way because I don't think it's necessary to read them out. It should be pretty obvious that this is what you're looking for. Franco's scheduled to testify on Monday, maybe, but not definitely. I should actually write that in red for clarity's sake. This is a could be true. Garcia on Monday, again, could be true. These are just flip sides of the same coin. They're the same answer. Exactly 1 is scheduled to testify on Monday. Oh, I guess that's something I missed, right? That's definitely true because we're in the 1-2-2 setup. Looking at the rest of answer choice D, 2 witnesses on Monday, no way, right? This, if you didn't believe C, then you would have to have believed D. And then answer choice E, Garcia is scheduled to testify on the same day as Hong. That's never that could be true rather if G is here and H is here, right? So it turns out that my predictive skills were not 100% spot on, but nevertheless, right? Answer choice C just tests your ability to see the 1-2-2 pattern. Good enough for me. Simple enough. Okay, how about 9? 9 says, if Jackson is the only witness scheduled to testify on Monday, which of the following must be true of the schedule? Okay, so now they're telling us that Jackson must be the only person on Monday, which means that once again we're in the 1-2-2 pattern, right? Which means that I is here. So once again, like the placing the J just gives us so much information because once again we need to split up F and G, which means that one of F and G is going to be here, the other one's going to be over here, and what's left? What's left is H here, right? That's the only space left for it. And so again, what are they asking? They're asking which of the following must be true of the schedule. Okay, so once again, it could be the 1-2-2 structure. or it could be H being on the second day. And those are the only two things, see, I've learned my lesson. Those are the two things that they can ask of you here. Because, once again, they gave you this, and these two things are not set in stone in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so jumping to the answer choices, Franco's scheduled on Wednesday? No, possibly. Possibly, therefore it's not correct. Right? Hong is scheduled to testify on Tuesday? Yes, there we go. That has to be the answer. Looking at the rest of them, G is on Tuesday, maybe, but not definitely. Answer choice D, Franco is on the same day as Hong, maybe, but not definitely. And answer choice E, Garcia on the same day as Hong, maybe, but not definitely. Again, these two answers are the same answer, right? Because these F and G trade off. Okay, and then number 10. If Franco is scheduled to testify on the same day as Hong, which of the following must be true of the schedules? Okay, so now F and H are locked together. So we need to figure out what that means. Well, in our first scenario, that means that F and H go in on Tuesday, right? Because there's just not enough space to put two people on Wednesday. So they've got to be here. How about down here? Down here is actually exactly the same thing, right? Because we can't put Hong on Monday, and there's not enough room for him on Wednesday, which means that he must again be on Tuesday. So let's actually make some space to represent that this is actually going to be our Tuesday. We know it's going to be Tuesday. And then the only question is, okay, I is going to be here. So what do we have left to place? We have G left to place, F, G, H, I, and we have J left to place. J floats and does whatever it wants, right? So depending on whether we have the 1-1-2-2 setup or the 2-2-1 setup, that's the only thing that's going to matter in terms of what our answer is, right? Because you can see that if it's a 2-2-1 setup, the G and J go here directly. If it's the 1-1-2 setup, then one of them goes here, the other one goes here. And either way, the possibilities are pretty easy to see. Okay, so what are they asking us? They were asking us which of the following must be true of the schedule. Okay, so once again, G and J, right, we have no idea where they go. Because both of them could go here, they could go 1 and 1, or they could swap 1 and 1, right? They give us, as usual, that I is here. They gave us that F and H are together, and the only thing that we learned is the placement of it, that they're on Tuesday. So in this case, it really is the case that the only things they could possibly be looking for is either F is on Tuesday or H is on Tuesday, right? So that gives us a really good idea of what we're looking for when we head to the answer choice. A, B, C, D, E. Look at A. Franco is scheduled to testify on Wednesday. That's just not true, right? It's got to be on Tuesday. Garcia is on Monday, maybe, but not definitely. So B is out. Garcia is on Wednesday. Again, we don't know anything about Garcia, right? He sort of floats around. Hong is scheduled to testify on Tuesday. Yeah, there we go, because he's right there, right? And look at answer choice E. Iturbe is the only witness scheduled to testify on Wednesday. It could be, right, if G and J are here, but it could also not be if you put one of them here and the other one there. And so there you go. That's the entirety of the game.